What is up, guys? Tukey here back again. This is Rebuilding Hockeytown live on Twitch. You already know every episode's live on Twitch at this point. This is how we do things. It's recorded on Twitch. It's put up on YouTube. Everybody wins. Including me, because this is Rebuilding Hockeytown, where we do nothing but win for the most part. For the most part. We're in a little bit of a drought. Just a little bit of a drought. But we'll see if we can turn that around this season. Again, we made a lot of changes to the team in the last episode. We'll see if those moves pay off. But if you're following the series, you already know the team. You already know the situation. So I'm not going to waste your time. And if you're watching on Twitch and you're new to this series, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go on to my YouTube channel. Watch the series back. We're approaching 60 episodes. Actually, this might be episode 60. This might be episode 60. Which, goddamn, we are very quickly approaching the record for the longest series I've ever had on YouTube, episode-wise. But anyway, let's go. It's November 1st. We need to start simming through the season. We need to see how good we're going to be this year. And we need to set up scouting. We need to find the next great one so that we can actually, you know, draft them and not just trade for them. Hopefully. Anyway, the good thing is we beat the Ottawa Senators, who won 7 of the first 8 games. We beat them 5-0. 5-0. 3 straight wins. Make that 4. Can it be 5? It's 5 straight wins. My God, make it 6. We're on fire. We start the episode off with 6 straight wins. LA, you can fuck off. You're not derailing the hype train. Nashville might if we lose. We're going to have to wait, though, until the scouting ends. Or until we resign it. Again, please add a Q in the future. We beat Nashville, so there you go. There you go. We're off to a great start. 12-4, the Detroit Red Wings. The Grand Rapids Griffins are struggling a little bit. Without a doubt, the most accomplished and prolific AHL team we have ever had in one of my series in the 2 years we've been doing this on YouTube. In fairness, they might be, and Twitch for that matter, but they might be the most prolific AHL team I've ever had, ever. I mean, dating back to when they first added AHL teams into the game. And you had teams like the Iowa Chops, who I wish were still a thing. I wish you could use their logo in EASHL. The Iowa Chops were one hell of a team. And if you've never heard of them, go look up their logo. Because it was great. It was great. There were a couple of AHL teams that were freaking weird, whether with logo or team name. But yeah, wow, we lost 5-0 to the Bruins. So we started the month off with a 5-0 win and ended it with a 5-0 loss. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. But I think we're going to be good to go. I'm trying to recall other AHL teams. And all I can think of is the ones that are now ECHL teams, like the Monarchs. Although the Worcester Sharks are now the Worcester Railers because they're not associated with the Sharks. So why would you call yourself a Shark if you're not associated with the Sharks? Anyway, am I just trying to find stuff to talk about? As we've lost 3 straight games and 4 of our last 5, make that 6. Jesus. Okay, good. We at least won against Nashville. That's concerning. Let's take a look at the team really quick, shall we? Let's take a look at the team. Now, we're actually not in first place. Bruins have us beat by 2 points. 3 points ahead are the Florida Panthers. They are the Florida Panthers. I know the Worcester Sharks are now the Barracuda. I'm just saying Worcester has a team again. They're the Worcester Railers in the ECHL. Kind of like how the Belleville Bulls. You got the Belleville team, and then you got Binghamton. Now I think they're the Binghamton Devils because Albany moved. Bottom line is AHL, ECHL, they move all the time. They move all the time. Anyway, top line's looking good. Second line is struggling a bit. Third line is... Our defensive line is struggling just a tad bit. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to drop one Rene Lecavalier down to that line. A lot of people probably going to be saying, told you so, about that third line. But that's okay. Again, they're a defensive line. I don't expect points. I don't. I really don't. Anyway, how's the defense looking? Hronik is still struggling defensively. McCann and Dahlin look like they'd be a decent pairing again, to be honest. You know what? We'll go with that. And the third pairing is, Jesus Christ, that third pairing. There is just no way to have expected that. Plus 16 and plus 17 for those two guys. Unreal. And the goaltending. Van Kadishin's doing all right. How's Wall doing? He's doing well. So it's not the goaltending that's the issue. I don't know how we've managed to lose that many games in a row, to be honest. The team's looking good. The team is looking good. Anyway, goaltending, that's the big question. Dundas has played 6 games, and he is shit. In fairness, our goaltending is shit in general at the AHL level. But that's what happens when you try to bump up a franchise-level goalie when he is pretty damn shit. In fairness, he started off at like a 57 overall. So the fact that he's at a 70, or 71 even, is pretty promising. Let's move forward, though. Slight changes to the line. And it didn't pay off immediately. We lost 4-2, so that's great. We have been struggling to score, though. A lot of one-goal performances in the past few games. Back-to-back shutouts against New Jersey and Florida. Shutout by Boston. We were shut out 3 times in 4 games. So, yeah, not exactly going to blame our defense or goaltending. We still have a good record. Are we going to win the division title? Maybe. Maybe not. We're going to be in contention, though. You can't doubt this team. No matter what changes we made, no matter what moves we made in the last episode, we were always going to be a good team. Now, Grand Rapids, this might be the first year in a long damn time that they are not favorites to win the Calder Cup. We shall see. The good thing is, we are back to our winning ways. And as we end the year, we're going to be in a pretty solid spot. 2 games left in 2026. All right, the fact that that is 9 years away, by the way, 2026, that's just weird. It is, man. It's weird. But there you have it. We are officially, 11 seasons? 11 seasons down, or would this be our 10th season? I have no idea. Math, man. It's crazy. Chad Reich goes down to injury. Holy shit. Well, we have a problem. Harold Wall just jumped from an 80 to an 86, or whatever the hell he was. Fucking hell. Every year this happens. Every year this happens. Great. Great, great, great. So how are we going to deal with this situation, you might ask? Well, first we have to deal with the injury, and we have to put Nathan Beaulieu into the lineup. And we'll actually play him on the top pairing with Smithson. So there you go. But offensively, we have no choice. We have to call up Harold Wall. And he's not bad. He's a playmaker. He has some defensive ability as well. But again, he's a third-line guy. He is a third-line guy, so it might... Damn. It might be worth. Now, Lilia is a second-line guy. How has he been doing since he's been put there? He's struggling. I think he's very much like Cole Lind, where he's decent offensively, but defense is his real calling. He's been struggling to put up points. Donaghy's the one that has to go. Flat out. Donaghy is the one that has to go. So the new third line will probably be LeCavalier, Giroux, and Donaghy. I mean, Benoit Giroux is the perfect third-line center and the perfect penalty killer, so I don't want to get rid of him. But we could technically go with 3 skill lines if we really wanted to. But Kevin Donaghy is going to have to be traded. Again, he's great for the third line too, though. That's the problem. He could be a career third-line guy. Whereas we know LeCavalier is eventually going to jump up to second-line contention. So I have to figure out what I want to do with the third line. Do we want it to be a defensive line or another offensively oriented lineup? That is the question. And, God, Kevin Donaghy, I am sorry, buddy, but I think you are on your way out. I think you are. And I could very well trade for a second-line guy to make that happen. I could trade Donaghy and Giroux and just run 3 skill lines and our grind line on the 4th line there. So let's take a look around the league. Who is doing well point-wise? that honestly would probably end up being a rental because of the progression of some of our players. He would be a rental for this season. Andrei Svechnikov is leading the league in points. Of course he is. Tied with McDavid, our old friend Andrei Svechnikov, who was supposed to be a star in this series. That didn't happen. He ended up being a star, though, in Draft to Glory. Vladimir Tarasenko. I'm looking for a second liner, though, because I don't want to have to mix and match the power play and the penalty kill units too much. Andrew Potoralski. And he's not awful. He would be good to have. He's a center as well. He might be the guy. It might make sense to bring him in instead and have Reacquiring, Podorowski, and a Wall. Get rid of Donaghy and Giroux. I think Podorowski might be the guy. Or I could bring in somebody else. That's the question. That's the question. Andre, what's your contract looking like? Jesus Christ. Well, at least you're getting paid, buddy. At least you're getting paid. Vladimir Tarasenko, 4 years left at 10 mil. Good Lord. Good Lord. I might have to go with Tarasenko. What's he worth at this point? He has 41 points. What's his trade value looking like? Wow, he is worth nothing because of his age and contract. So, I have to admit, I'd like to pick him up, but I'm afraid we'd be stuck with the cap hit. So he's too big of a risk. We could rent him for this year, but he is too big of a risk as far as someone that we could look to eventually get rid of. He is way too big of a risk. So Andrei Svechnikov. Who else do we have? David Pastrnak. Not much of a point, or not much of a goal scorer though. Eli Tolvanen leads the league in points. Owen Tippett is one behind him. Nick Lappin is up there. Guryanov. Damn. And Tarasenko would be a decent pickup. He really would be. Oh, I think I know what I want to do. I think I know what I want to do. How far down? By the way, Cole Lynn, 32 points. Congratulations on that. He's doing well in Pittsburgh, and I'm happy for him. I think I know what I want to do. He's a bit further down the chart than I wanted him to be. And actually, oh, there he is. I think now's the time. 1 year left on that massive contract that we signed him to. I think I want to bring Taylor Hall back to Hockeytown. Think of it as the Patrick Sharp deal. Let's bring Taylor Hall back to Hockeytown and give him one more run with the team we have next. Let's do this. Taylor Hall, the guy who I never wanted to trade in the first place. We're going to be able to pull this off, too. We really are. Taylor Hall, you are on your way back because we need to clear out space. So here is what we are going to do. I think Donaghy's at least on his way out, and Benoit Giroux is going to have to be. So then that third line will be Wall, LeCavalier, and probably Lilia. Second line will be Hischier, probably be Hall, Hischier, Debian. And then the top line will still be Boulerice, McDavid, Tippett. That's what I'm going for here. So it's a big risk as we are completely breaking up. Like, completely breaking up the, God, what am I thinking of? I actually can't even get them to retain salary, unfortunately. It's not letting me. Goddamn. Is that because I'm already retaining salary on his deal? I have no idea. So I'm taking a risk and breaking up the, the third line, really defensive-oriented line. But I think it might pay off because somebody like Connor McDavid is really good defensively as it is. So we might as well have him on the PK unit as well. Let's see. That would still probably go through even with them retaining half the cap. God damn. Minnesota, I have made them a really good team. They have Vic Marsh already. I traded them Taylor Hall previously. I have built not only my team, but Minnesota as well. And they're not a very good team. So, yeah, here, let's see if I can get some picks back. Will that go through? It honestly might. It didn't. I said it might. I didn't say it would. I said it might. And the good thing is I have some extra picks. How close are we to getting a deal done here, Minnesota? Just how close are we here? I don't want my second round pick. You can keep it. You can keep it. That's a gift from me to you. However, I want everything else that you have. I do. I at least want that first round pick. Will that go through? Yes, it would. Well, there you go. There you go. So how about your third in here? Let's just take the rest of your shit while I'm at it. Will that go through? No, it won't. But damn it, I'm taking your shit. It's happening. That won't go through here. What if I do that? Will that go through? Still no. How about that? Really? Okay, well, I'm not getting the third round pick, but, Well, alright, so that would go through. Donahue and Giroux for Taylor Hall in the first. I need to get rid of Donahue and Giroux. We pretty much already acquired all the best prospects. Like, there are other prospects that I can get that we were looking at before. But I want Taylor Hall. And I am bringing Taylor Hall back to Hockeytown. I am bringing Taylor Hall back to Hockeytown. The gang's getting back together for one more attempt. Let's call up Wall. My God. Didn't expect this to happen. Benoit, Giroux, and Donahue are gone, but here we go. So that new third line is going to feature LeCavalier, Wall, and man, LeCavalier is actually not as good of a center as I hoped for. So I could... Jesus Christ, what am I going to do here? Is Lilia a decent center? He is not. At least not face-off-wise. At least not face-off-wise. To be 100% honest, I might put Connor McDavid on the second line. I might put Connor McDavid on the second line. Have him, Boulerice, and Desbiens. Hall is still a first-line guy. All of them are. I'm going to see if I can get away with having Boulerice and McDavid, which is just, it's just stupid. I should still have Boulerice and McDavid with Owen Tippett, really. But reunite Hall with Hischier and Desbiens. That's the better way to go. That's the better way to go. Hall and Hischier tore up the league at a point. My God. So, Lilia or... You know what? I'm going to go with Lilia just because he's a better defensive player. Actually, yeah, 3 points better. We'll have Wall at center. There we go. So, we'll have Wall at center. This team is drastically different compared to it was just 1 year ago. But that's the way it goes. Philip Hronek, by the way, up to an 82. How do you like that? DeRozier's not getting any better, but he's still having a really fucking good season. Plus 23. That third pairing is God tier. Oh my God. Absolutely incredible. And then down in the AHL, we need to find the replacement. It's going to be Kelly. 82 overall. And we will... Yeah, we'll keep him on the top line. Might as well. Paris is up to an 84 and is a depth forward. Shit. That's not good. That is not good at all. That's all right. So again, for the power play unit, the only thing we have to worry about is Hischier, Hall, and Lilia. Need to essentially be the top power play. So Hischier, or we have Hall, we have Hischier, and Desbiens? No, it was Lilia. So I don't think Desbiens going to get power play time. More than likely. We do have too many left-handed shots. Do I want to take Gary McCann off the power play? Yes, I do. So, let's go again with Lilia, who's a left-handed guy, listed up as a sniper. So for our power play, we have McDavid at center, we have Hischier. Hold on, we want, you know what, let's go with that. Let's put the band back together on the top power play unit with Philip Hronek and Desbiens. The bottom pairing will be Recchi Dahlin. We'll have Lilia over here, Boulerice on the left. There you go. That is a sexy, sexy power play unit, if I do say so myself. Taylor Hall is back on this team. That is marvelous. Rene LeCavalier, you are a terrible, terrible penalty killer. So let's get you out of there. And let's get McDavid here. Let's get McDavid here. Now, who are the best PK players on the team? McDavid's 5-star, Tippett's 4-star. And, alright, so McDavid, Lilia. We'll have Wall and probably Paquette. Alright, so McDavid. We'll get Lilia and Wall. Here we go. Wall, welcome to the team, by the way, buddy. Your arrival has been overshadowed by the return of Taylor Hall, who I really should give captaincy back to, because he deserves it. He really does. Let's have Dawn and McCann. There we go. PK units. We'll still have Paquette. And we'll have McDavid as the top center. Connor McDavid. And we're good. We are good to go. Boulerice, McDavid, Tippett, Hall, Hischer, Desbiens, Lecavalier, Wall, and Lilia. Let's see if we can keep people happy. Let's see if we can keep people happy. We have, like, what, 7 first-round picks at this point? We have Connor McDavid. This team's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. Let's see if that trend can continue. Will Taylor Hall make us an even better team? I'm almost tempted to hand him captaincy back because he deserves it. He was our captain until we traded him. And then we handed it to Nick Hague. But, yeah, I think Nick Hague is still going to be our captain. The guy deserves it. Let's go forwards for 2 weeks. Typically, I'd go for 2 weeks. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 3 and continue on with the sim. How will Taylor Hall do in his return to Hockeytown? We have him for a year, so yes, it wasn't the best idea to give up Donaghy and Giroux. Like, Giroux, again, is a really good third-line center. Donaghy is a really good third-line player. And that was absolutely the plan, to have that third line be defense-oriented. As Van Kadischen goes down with a hamstring injury, so Joseph Wall will be the guy. He has proven to be good enough for the role already. Paris being an 84 scares the hell out of me, because we might not be done making moves, which would kind of suck because the team is in a good spot, and I kind of want to keep the fourth line grind line for the rest of the year. But we'll see what happens. Joseph Wall, .941 save percentage. Again, we had him a few seasons ago. He was potentially going to be the goalie of the future for this team. It didn't quite pan out that way. We ended up getting rid of him. But he is back now. And our goaltending tandem down in Grand Rapids is horrific. Absolutely horrific on paper. But Joseph Wall, never mind. We'll find out what you can do in a minute. Nathan Beaulieu goes down for like a week. God damn it. God damn it. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see if this works out. It's worked out so far, at least. So it's all good. Loic Leduc, you are in the lineup, buddy. You are in the lineup, and we have too many righties. So who's got a good shot? Nick Ebert does. So we'll switch him over with Leduc. Again, we have Nolan Scarlett, our enforcer defenseman that we took 6th overall in a draft because we are absolutely insane. But things have gone well, knock on wood. My God, the injuries just don't stop. Things have gone well since we've reacquired Taylor Hall, but now the injuries just will not stop. Let's see here. I could go with Paris, I could go with Bordelot, but I want their momentum to continue. So we're going to call up Kelly, who is someone who just didn't quite make it. Just didn't quite make the NHL level. But let's see. So I think Lilia is going to end up being the center, or is it going to be Lecavalier? Or is Kelly a center? No, he's the left wing. How good is Kelly when it comes to face-offs? And is he a right-handed shot? He is a left-handed shot, so who's better? Yeah, we'll go with Kelly as the center there. With Lecavalier and Lilia. By the way, how's that fourth line doing? Not terribly. Not terribly. And they stay out of the box. A physical presence that stays out of the box. Taylor Hall, are you happy with your ice time? You're not complaining at least, and neither is Nico Hischer. What about Lilia? Attaboy, Lilia. Keep a good attitude and good things will happen. Keep a good attitude and good things will happen. Now we got to take Kelly out of the lineup. Who will play on the top line down in the AHL? It's probably going to be Tokarski, and it is Roy Tokarski. And we are going to swap him with Copeland. Copeland? It looks like it should be pronounced Copeland, but it's probably Copeland. Doesn't matter. He's not going to be on our team much longer anyway. So who cares? Who cares? Again, the plan is to get to the start of the postseason. Good God, the injuries. We've had an injury in our last 4 games. Louis DeRozier goes down. And again, it's for like 3 days, right? It's literally for 3 days. Holy shit. All right, well, he was a left-handed shot. Beaulieu would have been the top call-up, so it's going to have to be Nurmi. Or Scarlett. I'll call up Nolan Scarlett. Maybe punch somebody in the face. He might not even get to play a game. Good Lord. Good Lord. This is ridiculous, the amount of injuries we are suffering from here. And that really does suck, too, because that third pair for us this season has been great. Like Tony the Tiger level of great. So that is very much unfortunate. And we're going to have to play a forward on defense because I never expected to have this many injuries. We'll go with Salvador because he's actually one of our players. A left-handed shot, so that works out all right. And we'll hide him on the third pairing. Damn. And now here comes the healthy players. Here comes the cavalry. Everyone's going to be healthy at the same goddamn time. And I'm going to have to go check, because if somebody misses a game, their overall will plummet. So this is a true pain in the ass. But we are leading the Atlantic Division by 8 points. So it's not all bad. It is not all bad. Is anybody healthy? Not 100% at least. Is anybody healthy? Not 100% at least. Okay, so we at least get through the next game. That's good. That's good. We at least get through 1 game. Against the Montreal Canadiens. Be able to send this game against the Wild. Even more people will be healthy. Or Taylor Hall can go out with a bruised arm again for like 3 days. Good Lord. The amount of injuries. Oh my God. This is unholy at this point. And apparently I have to call somebody up. And then I'm going to have to send them back down. I'm getting to the goddamn postseason, so this might end up being a bit of a marathon, which really sucks. Here, Paris, we have no choice, buddy. Let's call you up. Good Lord. Oh, my God. Okay. Ready? Okay. This game fucking sucks. Can't hold a tune, because I'm white. The end. Alright, so we'll swap Paris. We'll put him down on the third line. We'll bump up Lilia. Jesus, man. This is unreal. We're down to our last depth player in Jokinen, and he's not even technically one of our players. He's an AHL signing that's been there for quite a while, as you can see by the 0 years remaining. So good Lord. Okay, so at least Beaulieu is fully healthy, right? That's good. So here, actually, what I can do... Oh, this is such a pain in the ass. I'm going to have to take Salvador out for Beaulieu. We will do that. So everybody is happy there. And then we go back to the forwards, and we take out Jokinen for Salvador. And we bump Salvador up to the second pairing. Good Lord. And somebody, at least Van Kadishin, will be fully healthy by the time this Minnesota game comes around. Which, by the way, the fact that we are at least winning a game despite all these injuries is ridiculous. And we have a 9-point lead in the division. Still. But we're just over the halfway point of the season. We're having to deal with this many injuries. So Van Kadishin's 100%. Don Ryder, you are out of here. You are gone. I thank you for your service to this team, but you are gone. You are gone. Damn it. Alright, so Don Ryder, back to the minors with you. Back to the minors. You terrible, terrible goalie. I'm just kidding. You're not that bad. I'll actually leave Dundas as the starter still, by the way. I'm sure the team record is awful. I haven't looked in a while. I've been too busy dealing with Injury Simulator. So right now, Jokinen is still out. Okay, I think we're okay. Are we okay for the moment? I think so. My God. Whew. It's an episode like this that makes me think, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should turn off injuries. Maybe I should, but it makes things a bit more interesting on occasion. So here we go. We beat Minnesota 8-1. Good thing we have your first round pick, you scrubs. Guru and Donaghy. I'm sorry. And Vic Marsh, for that matter. God, you just got demolished. Absolutely demolished. And now we have a 10-point lead in the division. Now I need to double check. Is somebody fully healthy again, at least at the AHL level? NHL level, still no. AHL level, no. Reich is not yet 100%. By the way, Grand Rapids, not going to make the playoffs this year. The streak will finally end. They've won, I believe the count, people were saying in the last episode live on the Twitch chat, was 6 cups. They've won 3 in the past 5 years and are the reigning champions. I believe it's 6 cups. It's as low as 5 and as high as 7. So, meh. They can afford to lose. They can afford to lose at this point. I think they'll survive. Anyway, let's into this game against the Hurricanes. We'll see, is anybody 100%? Is somebody getting injured at the AHL level? No, but Chad Reich is back. Again, allow me to check. I can't risk any players missing games due to the morale system. They really should. You, from the calendar menu, from the calendar screen, you should just be allowed to hit the Y button, and it should take you right to the edit lines menu. That is one of my minor yet game-changing requests for franchise mode. I have a lot of those minor requests that could make this mode that much better. Most of you have heard them by now many times if you watch my videos consistently. So yeah, that's one of those ones. Defense in the States, we will scout for 2 weeks. We'll send to this game against Montreal. We beat them last week. I'm probably going to have to put Reich back in the AHL. Our lead is down to 8 points. Oh no. An 8-point lead. Whatever will we do? So Hall and Wall, that worked out well, are still injured. But Nolan Scarlett, I'm sorry, buddy. We have to reunite arguably the best pairing in the NHL this season. The +24 DeRozers and the +25 Justin Recchi. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And the defense is still good to go. Goaltending is still looking okay. So, Nolan Scarlett back to the minors with ye. Oh my God, so much menu management. Good Lord. Nolan Scarlett back to the minors. He and Chad Reich will both be back in the lineup, and then that team is nearly back to 100%. Reich isn't yet 100%, but I am willing to risk it. Let's take out Loic Leduc. Put Scarlett back in, and then we'll take out Nick Eberts for Chad Reich. And I think we're good to go. Actually, I meant to take out Beaulieu. How do you like that? Beaulieu, you're gone. You are gone. We'll put Ebert back in. Where's Siskel? And we're good. Holy shit. Can we please now... I mean, we still have some players that aren't 100%, so we're going to have to deal with the menu again in a moment. But can January please just... Can that be like our injury quota met for the entire year? And then we're just good to go after this? Because this has been brutal. Absolutely miserable. But we beat Montreal again, which is lovely. It's a great day. Whenever we beat the Habs, it's a great day. It is a great day. I'll state it again. Because it's so true. Anyway. Scratch players. Neither man is 100%. And then at the AHL level, we were good. Correct. Lovely. Let's sim this next game. And then we'll get Hall and Wall back in the lineup. And then, for the love of God, can we hit the end of the season? That's the question. And we'll be fine here, because we're going to hit the All-Star break. And we'll send to this game against the Bruins on February 2nd. February 2nd, the All-Star break. Wouldn't it be nice if that was actually a thing? I remember NHL 04 and 05 actually playing the All-Star games because it was a thing. And it's still a thing, but it's, I don't know, it's not as fun anymore. And then you had games like, you know, NHL 2K5 where you could actually do the skills competition and stuff like that. That was fucking awesome. I still have that game. I really need to get a goddamn Xbox 360 again because That game's backwards compatible, as is NFL 2K5. I still have both of them, because they're probably the two best sports games ever made. They're up there, at least. They are up there, at least. Now, will we lose Kelly or Paris? We might lose Kelly on waivers. Paris will just be pissed off. Paris will just be pissed off. Anyway, Lilia, you get to be dropped back down. I'm going to have to double check that our lines are still good. Wall is back in and probably on the power play. This is miserable. Good Lord. I might have to take a look at the power play unit again just to make sure everything's fine and set up the way we needed it to be set up. But everything's good on defense. So power play, we need, again, Hall, Hischer, and Lilia. Yeah, see, Wall is there now instead. No, Lilia's still there, too. Wall shouldn't be there, though. That should be Taylor Hall. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Taylor Hall. You're back in the lineup. And from there, I think we're fine. I think we're good. PK. Wall is in. Okay, thank God we're good. Just got to quickly change the AHL Tokarski and Salvador, who need to be out of the lineup. So let's put in Kelly for Tokarski. Salvador, you're gone, buddy. You're gone for Paris. Oui. Get off of my team. All right. Please, let us have hit the injury quota. Can we make it to the end of this season without a disaster like that happening? I'd love to know how much time was just wasted dealing with the menus. Oh, I said no more marathon episodes, like, at least not extreme marathon. I mean, this is going to be a longer episode for sure. Probably approaching 40, 50 minutes, maybe even an hour. Another injury. Another injury. Every goddamn second. Breathe in, there's an injury. Breathe out, there's an injury. Blink, there's an injury. Spare me, EA. Spare me. Philip Bartosak on waivers. How good is he? How good are you? That's actually not terrible. High AHL top 2, 23 years old. 6 foot. Jesus, yeah, sure, I'll take him. That's fine by me. Why the hell would every other team pass up on him? He's actually not that bad. I mean, odds are he won't get any better than that. But that's still decent and good enough to actually have me take Ebert out of the AHL lineup. It is good enough. So let's see. Yeah, Ebert, I'm sorry, buddy. You've been good for us this season. But Bartosak is getting into the lineup. Who's got a good shot on the left-hand side? Nurmi does. By the way, Smithson is top 6. Shit. Well, he just, I mean, I can't take Louis DeRozier out of the lineup. I can't. He and Recky are monsters, so unfortunately for Smithson, he's just going to have to be happy playing down in Grand Rapids this year because there's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. We'll just keep Bartosak on that third pairing with Scarlett. I'm a little bit worried, too, that Scarlett hasn't improved. I'm a tad bit worried. But we'll see if that defenseman Smithson ends up complaining. If he does, we'll get rid of him. I am going to stop on March 1st. We'll take a look, make sure I don't have to make any other moves. And then, mercifully, we will hit the end of this season and actually be able to call this episode done and over with. It'll be in the books. These injuries, man. Swig of Arnold Palmer just for my goddamn sanity. And for the fact that it's hot as hell in here. I will complain about that in every stream and every video. Because it's a thing. I cannot wait for the fall, even winter, when I can record without dying of heat. Roman Yossi's on waivers. Wow. 81 overall. $6 million contract still, though. Oh, poor Roman Josi. I'd claim him off waivers and then trade him, or even keep him on the team, like down in the AHL. I almost feel like claiming him, right? I almost do. Maybe. The problem is the AHL team isn't going to make it this year. They're not. Roman Josi, I'm sorry. You're going to the minors one way or another. It's just not going to be with my team. I'm sorry. For the fact that we did just get a half-decent defenseman off of waivers, I'm kind of hoping we'll see somebody else. Van Kadishin! Oh my god, he's out until May 6th. Great! Holy shit, this episode and these injuries. Oh my god, we just lost our starting goalie until the second round? Maybe the third, if we make it. Oh my god. Well, I mentioned that I was simming until March 1st, in case we had to make trades. Turns out, we need a new goalie. We need a new goalie. For the moment, Don Ryder gets called up. Oh my god. Like, I have faith in Joseph Wall. I mean, we traded him because we had to, not because he was terrible. He has a .930 save percentage. Good lord. And he played Dundas in the NHL. No. The goal's to win the cup, stupids. No. He can't even get it done at the AHL level. He has a .905 at the AHL level. He could play behind the best defensive... He could play behind the Monstars. And he still wouldn't be good enough for us. So, no. Good God. Well, here's the thing. We did end up winning both games, so that's cool. Let's give it another week. We'll sim to this game against Arizona. And then we'll take a look at goaltenders and I guess the team in general. We are on 42 wins, which is great. But I have the tools and the assets to go out and get the best defenseman. Or the best defenseman. I could do that. I could get the best player in general. The best goaltender. We have a 10-point lead on Montreal. Oh, God. Like I said, Joseph Wall's good, but why not have him as a backup, right? Why not have him as a backup? And to be honest, I might want better AHL goaltending because New Day rocks. No, Don Ryder has been decent at the NHL level, actually. Never mind. Don Ryder, you just saved your own job. You just saved your own job. So, who's the best goalie in the league? Probably Jordan Hallett, who we just traded. But let's see. Save percentage. Nedeljkovic is up there. You son of a bitch. That's who I have to get, too. Not only did he single-handedly eliminate us last year in the postseason, but Montreal is currently second in the division. So, yeah. I think he's the guy I'm going to go after here. I think that's the right call. You have Jared Biggs in St. Louis, who's done well for a couple of years now. Jordan Hallett in Ottawa, struggling with injuries. I don't know where the hell the Sens are. I mean, Hallett is definitely an option. I mean, it was a good idea, too, to trade him and give Van Kadishin the starting role. Wirtanen's the guy. Montreal at the moment's our biggest threat, and he has the best save percentage in the league. So the man who, like I said, single-handedly... He has one hell of a contract, by the way, too. But we can afford it because I'm a goddamn cap genius. What are the goddamn odds? Like, I end up trading guys like Lind and other players. I end up trading frickin' Benoit Guru and Donaghy midway through the season to bring back Taylor Hall and to make room for a young player. And now I have to go out and trade for the goalie who eliminated us last year. Man. This is the series that keeps on giving as far as how absolutely ridiculous it has been. Anyway, I need to figure out, is there anybody I'm willing to get rid of here to make this work? And I could get rid of a defenseman. Namely, someone like Nathan Beaulieu. He might be the guy to get rid of. Because he's just sitting there, and we brought on Bartosak, who doesn't have very good value. I'm going to see if I can send Beaulieu back to Montreal. And I'm going to have to use picks here. But, of course, the good thing is... So, here's the thing. This might hinder my ability to really, secure the top picks in the draft. But we do have... I mean, Jesus, we have picks next year, too. I could just give up... What if I give up my first this year, because it's not going to be good, and then maybe my first next year as well, instead of the Columbus first this year? I'd rather do that. I'd rather just give up my own picks because we're always going to be a good team. We're always going to be a good team. So, can I get their second-round pick back in return? That still looks to be in my favor, but they don't want to trade Wirtanen. So, how about... Here, you know what? Let's just safety net it, right? Safety net it. How close are we to getting a deal done? That's what I'm wondering. If I can get extra picks out of the deal, then you bet your ass I'm going to do it. Just a second? Still no. Okay. Well, like I said, I don't want to give up too much to get this done. How about just your third-round pick next year? How does that sound? Still no. Really? Straight up? Still no. Okay. Well, clearly the value bar is very much in their favor. They just don't want to get rid of him because, number one, I'm in first place in the division. Number two, he's a pretty damn decent goalie. But I will overextend. First-round picks, our first-round picks are worthless. We have 42 wins this year already. So let's just see if we can get this to go through. I am having to overpay like a son of a bitch. But we'll do what we have to do. How about our second-round pick in 2030? There we go. Bull you and a shitload of picks to Montreal, which, by the way, enjoy those picks. They're going to be terrible. And we pick up the best goaltender in the league. And again, the man who single-handedly kicked us out of the postseason this past year. Now, here's the deal, right? Even if he struggles, again, Montreal, 10 points behind us, they are now without their starting goalie. Now, Ottawa does still have Jordan Hallett, and they're looking to be in a playoff spot, which, you know, I could probably steal Hallett from them too. But the good thing is, of course, is that we have Wirtanen. We at least took him away from Montreal. And if he struggles, we have Joseph Woll, who has still done an incredible job for us this season. So we will go with Wirtanen, but that's a hell of a tandem. 286 overall goalies. And at some point, if we make it far enough into the postseason, good old Van Kadishin will be back from injury. So that is a little bit disastrous, but of course we are set up in a way that really no injury, at least before the deadline, can cripple us. We're going, like, McDavid's going to snap his leg into just in bits. Like, his leg is going to explode. Like, he's just going to be standing there and a fucking cannonball is going to come out of nowhere and just take his knee out. Like, it's just gone. Just a stump. It's going to happen. Which, boy, am I looking forward to that. Or Taylor Hall will break his neck or something like that, and we'll win the cup. And just to ruin that story. But, damn. Fucking hell. Come on. It's only for like a day, but still. It's literally for 3 days, but it's just long enough to be like, hey, have fun fucking around in the menus. Oh my god. EA, you terrible, horrible trolls. Go back under your bridge. I'm sick of your shits. This is unreal. The good thing is I can call up Smithson. He'll get a game or two, which is nice. And then we'll send him back down without punishment. But good lord, man. I'm going to keep the DeRozier-Recchi pairing together too. So Smithson will immediately play with McCann. But my god, the injuries. It's just not fair. The injury bar, as it is at 9 out of 100. Literally, it doesn't matter what the injury bar is set to. If you have injuries on, this is going to happen. It's either injuries on or injuries off. And again, I like injuries to be on because it can at least make things more interesting. But holy shit, for whatever the new series is, which will start soon, whatever that series is, I am probably going to consider having injuries just being off by default, which does change the way that I build teams, because then obviously you don't need depth players. But, god, man, this is just brutal. Absolutely brutal. So, Ivy Smithson, I hope you enjoyed your game at the NHL level, but you are back down to the minors after that one game. I don't think bubble wrap is going to do the job. We need to, like, fucking, what is it, Raiders of the Lost Ark? Just put them in a crate and hide them somewhere in a goddamn underground bunker just to keep them safe. Have the box be unmarked so nobody knows where these players are. That way they can't be hurt. Like, just do something, anything to keep these guys safe. By the way, Justin Recky is up to an 85, which is a shame because that pairing with him and DeRozers is incredible to the point where I might try to keep Recky next year. He's going to jump up to a top 4 defenseman, right? And then again, we'll have the same situation where our top 6 is locked in. I mean, Dahlin, McCann, and Hronek aren't going anywhere. People have argued Haig, but I have a bias, and he's our captain. So, yeah. But then again, we'll get like a first and a second for Recky, and the vicious cycle continues. Anyway, we're Tannen's still doing well. But, goddamn. Okay, defense. Focus. Focus. Nick Ebert. Nikolai Ebert, you are gone. And again, we will swap some people around. Let the sim continue. Hopefully. Jesus, I wonder how long this episode is at this point. It won't hit the 2-hour mark, which is fine. That's what I consider a marathon at this point. Alright, can we make it to fucking March 1st without an injury, and then March 4th against Pittsburgh, Connor McDavid's going to break his neck. It's going to happen. We beat the Blues. That's good. I'm going to actually sim the deadline day itself. We'll double-check morale, which, how could anybody's morale be in the negatives at this point? It should just be, hey, I'm not dead. So that's great. I'm just happy to still be playing hockey, considering our luck this season. That's the hope. 93 points this season, which is beyond. That's my cup right there. The fact that we're probably going to win the division despite this. By the way, Sam Boulerice hasn't improved at all this year. 91 overall is good. I'm not complaining. And he's had a really good season, which you would hope so, considering he's playing next to Connor McDavid and Owen Tippett, who's been an absolute beast. But Taylor Hall has complained about ice time, which is a bit of a shame. But obviously I'm not getting rid of him. He is on the top power play unit, though. So, Taylor, what the hell are you complaining about? Extras? Do you have 4-on-4 time? You don't. Okay, well, I can fix that. We'll take Wall out, and we'll give Taylor the 4-on-4 time. And, yeah, here, you'll play with... Actually, here, you'll play with Connor. And then we'll have Hischier and Tippett. So, there you go. That should keep Taylor Hall happy. Nico Bellic. Nico Hischier. How you doing? You're not complaining about ice time. I love you for that. Thank you. And by the way, just signed his deal with the Devils. He's going to make their opening night lineup. And he's going to play next to Taylor Hall. Funny how that works out. I had these two on a team, on a line, before the draft happened. Mystic Mac can sit down. Fucking Miss Cleo can sit down. Lottery numbers, I tell you. But I need to win that shit myself because I gotta get a better PC and a PS4. Davian should be happy. He's on the second line. Oh yeah, he's doing great. LeCavalier, just, I mean, you're doing fine, whatever. How's Lilia doing? Oh, he's not complaining at all. There you go. So we're good. Actually, Lilia, 33 points isn't bad. 10 points for Wall since we've called him up. Only 23 points for LeCavalier. The grind line, they have been fine. They've been fine. I mean, we kept them there so that other players like Paris and Bordlow could get time at the AHL level. But, damn. I'm almost wondering, would it be worth breaking up the grind line and calling up Bordlow and Paris and having them on the fourth line? I think that's what I have to consider. I'd keep Paquette as the center. But Auger and Wilson, I could trade them. I mean, it's going to happen next year, right? The grind line's only here for 1 year. They're gone next year because Bordeleau and Paris are... Well, then again, actually, Bordeleau and Paris will both actually probably grow to third-line players. But, you know, we'll keep them down in the AHL. They're not going to probably develop a whole lot more at this point. Ah, shit. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It's the right call to get rid of the grind line. I'm telling you that right now. If you don't trust me on franchise mode, whose word can you trust? I'm the franchise mode king, baby. But I think I'll keep them together, man. I guess. Like I said, it's the right call to go with Bordelot and Paris. And in fairness, Bordelot's actually not that bad defensively. Shit. Wilson and Auger, I love you guys, but damn it. Damn it, it's the right decision against the wrong decision, and the wrong decision is actually kind of appealing with Wilson and Auger being traded. Fuck. I have to get rid of them, guys. It's the right call. Paris and Bordelot are both up to depth players. We got to trade Wilson and Auger. We have to. I don't want to, but it's the right decision. I'm telling you. It is. We're going to lose the physical presence of our team. That is fine. It has to happen. The grind line is coming to a close. It is. Can we send you both to the same team at least? Probably not to Toronto. Where can we send you? We'll keep you guys as a pair. Maybe. If I'm allowed to. Carolina might work. Carolina might work. The amount of times I've changed my mind in this series. It's not a matter of changing my mind in this series. It's new information has come to light. It's, oh, these guys in the AHL are good enough. I didn't plan on calling them up, but now it makes sense to. What the hell am I on? Selecting a first-round pick. Second-round pick, maybe. Please? Damn, I'd have to put someone on waivers. Screw you. Screw you. Here, have a 5th and a 7th. Will that go through? Damn it. We're going to make it worth your while, because I want your first-round pick, even though it's not going to be that good. Have our 3rd-round pick down the road. How does that sound? Really? Is Adam Ernie worth missing out on this much fucking shit return? 2 3rd-round picks, then. You motherfuckers. I'll take Adam Ernie back and bury him in the minors. Damn it, I don't have another 3rd to give up. 4th-round pick. We have no picks. None. Will that go through? Thank you. Appreciate it. Wilson and Auger, I love you. Your best chance at a Stanley Cup, though, is gone. Your best chance at a Stanley Cup is gone. I am sorry. You deserved the opportunity. But there are 2 guys who will eventually be traded sooner rather than later. It's probably their only season here as well, to be honest. They're going to develop into 3rd-line guys at least, maybe even 2nd-line guys once this season ends. So, yeah. It's going to suck. This is their season here. And then Paris and Bordelot will be traded, or LeCavalier and Wall will be traded. It doesn't really matter at this point. But again, we will leave Cedric Paquette as the guy with Bordelot and Paris. Damn. Now the AHL is looking a little bit weak, to be honest. To be honest, I need to... Damn it. I gotta bring somebody in. Do we have any players we can sign? Or can I offer decent free agents contracts? Because we need some forward depth. We need some forward depth. And we don't have that much money to work with anymore. Actually, yes, we do, apparently. We have $8 million. What do you know? Unsigned players. Just the defenseman Moran. High top 6. He's Canadian? Yes, he is. Okay, well, he's the only guy. So, that, my friends, that means going after veteran free agents to make the AHL team better. Because as it is, they're pretty shit. As it is, they are pretty shit. Mark Scheifele. I really just should have signed Mark Scheifele and then traded him. I could have done it at some point. But let's see. So I need forwards. Defense, we're good. Forwards, Pascal Laberge. Might not be too bad of an option. I need the best players available. Plant's actually an 83. That has to be morale-wise. Philippe Plant, who's a UFA. Sadawi, Laberge. Pascal Laberge. No. Oof, Plant's a good playmaker, though, and that's what we needed. We need scoring. It would be an entry-level deal. You know what? We'll do it. We will do it. So, yeah. Let's sign him, and he'll end up being traded for a pick at the draft. And then other forwards. Who is good offensively? Sadawi's not bad. Dustin Oliver. You are the guy. You have the touch. You have the power. Let's hope that they both accept. And we're good. Until Connor McDavid breaks his neck in the very next game that we play. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. This Pittsburgh game, I have never been more nervous for a regular season game. Jesper Enroth goes down to a broken foot in Grand Rapids. Well, it's a good thing that we're bringing in some help, isn't it? Pittsburgh, injury? Nope. Oliver and Plant accept, though. And we lost 6-1. Well, hey. At least we didn't have a player break their neck or leg in half. That's great. That's a victory. A 6-1 loss has never felt so good because we didn't have somebody die on the ice. So that's good. I'm happy. AHL then. Are these guys already down there? Oliver and Plant? Yes, they are. Let's go best lines. We will fix the goaltending. Take out Volrath and put Dundas back in. Of course, he was scratched because we went best lines. We'll put him back in between the pipes. And then defensively, I think we're going to take out Loic Leduc. The Duke, as I'm going to call him. You can determine the spelling. You can determine the spelling. Ebert, you're going to be out. We're going to put in Chad Reich. You can decide a nickname on him if you want. I have no comment. Who has the best shot here? That would be Nurmi. So let's put Scarlett on the top pairing for shits and giggles, and then we'll have Bartosak and Reich, and actually we'll put Reich down here. Neither of those guys are going to make the NHL level. Neither of them will. Actually, none of these defensemen. Aside from, well, Scarlett might have an outside chance. Ivy Smithson has the best chance to actually make the team. Plant's an 85. Jesus Lord. He showed up as like an 83. My God. Well, you're staying down at the AHL level because you're not worth caring about, but have fun tearing up the league while you're here, and I look forward to trading you at the draft. Anyway, Kaminsky and Kolosov need to be put into the lineup. Salvador, you're gone. I just like the name Salvador. As in Bryce Salvador. We'll just go, yeah, we'll go by overall at this point in the season. Tiny Gray, still the best name on this team. Who's the best center here? That would be Kaminsky. Do we have a righty? Yes, we do. That'd be Kenny Edmonds. Who's the best center? We'll go with Prince. Do we have a righty? Yes, we do. Copeland. Who is the best center? Your name is Tokarski. And then here, do we have a righty? We do not. That's okay, though. And, yeah, Plonk can be the center. So there you go. Offense is good. Defense is good. Everything's good. Life is good. Let's continue to sim. Let's continue to sim. All right. 18 games. I'm losing my mind. Too many injuries. Too many injuries. 18 games to go. Let's do this. Another division title awaits us. The question is, will somebody snap in half? Oh my God, like a fucking Mortal Kombat fatality. Just press him straight over your head. Just bring him down across the knee and just snap the back in half. It's going to happen to poor Connor McDavid, I'm sure. He's going to be the targeted player, of course. Damn. Damn. Hey, Jesper Enroth is back. And who are we going to take out of the lineup? Who are we going to take out of the lineup? It's going to be Kelly Copeland or Tokarski. It's going to be one Rory Tokarski. Rory, you're out of here, bud. In favor of Enroth. Who is a lefty? Can he play center? Kind of, sort of. There you go. We'll put you over there. And actually here, we'll swap you and Kelly around because you have potential. You have potential. It's like that fucking commercial. What is that, a Geico commercial? With Pinocchio? I have no idea. Who cares? Who cares? That's my thing. Arnold Palmer, up the counter. Oh, it's getting warm. Ugh. And we lost in the shooter, but that's okay. That is okay. Fucking shit. He's out for a week, but still. The best third pairing in the history of the NHL. Again, suffers an injury, and both times it was the Rosiers. Let's go with Scarlet. The Scarlet letter. Why not? Let's go with that. By the way, just to make mention to the Twitch chat, if you prefer Canada Dry, you're a sadist. Just saying. There's only one correct choice of ginger ale, and it's Schweppes. If you disagree, you will burn in hell. And I look forward to seeing you there. Anyway, Ebert. Let's swap him around for Nurmi. There we go. There we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I fucking heard that song so much in the ASHL. It's so annoying. It's like one of the first songs that you fucking unlock. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all right, though. Hey, DeRozier, you're 100%. That's good. That is good. That is good. Hold on one second. Just gotta do something on the old, hold on, give me 1 second. To those on YouTube, you won't understand what I'm doing. To those on Twitch, though, you will know exactly what I'm doing. There you go. There you go. All right, now we're good. Let's go put DeRozier back into the lineup. Let's go put DeRozier's back into the lineup. I didn't mean to hit roster moves, but that's okay. That's okay. Actually, no, wait, you know what? I did. Look at that. I'm so good. I did something I didn't even mean to. There you go. There you go. Here we go. Here we go. I got that fucking song stuck in my head. It's the worst. Oh, it's the worst. I played some EASHL last night. It was miserable. I had a team score 3 goals on 4 shots, and then they scored even more. It was great. So much fun. Anyway, Ebert, you are out of the lineup again. Scarlet, return to the team. Return to the team. Smithson, 83 overall. We are good. Bordelot still a depth guy. Paris still a depth guy. And they're doing all right. I mean, they are playing with Cedric Paquette, who's not exactly Mario Lemieux. But nobody is. 11 games to go. God, I can't wait to see how long this episode is. At least over an hour. It has to be with the amount of trades. For the love of God, we traded for Taylor Hall in this episode. That feels like it happened 3 days ago. So, yeah. Unreal. Unreal. But despite all the injuries, despite all my rage, and despite all the moves that we've made, we're still one hell of a hockey team. Again, for the first time in a long time, the Grand Rapids Griffins are shit, which I'm not surprised by. Of course, in the last episode, we made a lot of moves, acquired a lot of prospects, but a decent chunk of those prospects can't play in the AHL this season. They're CHL eligible, and they're just not able to play. So that team will be better as soon as next year and after, especially the year after that. The Griffins will only continue to improve. And, of course, I could have, I had to see what I had in some of those players, right? I could have just signed all the best free agents, kind of what I just did, depth-wise for the team. Holy shit, we might hit 60 wins. Fingers crossed, here we go. 60 wins, please. It's against a really good Columbus team. Cedric Paquette gets hurt. Fuck. It's the only word I got. And Plant will be called up. So there you go. Glad we had you as a depth guy. He's offensive base, too. So that's cool. Not much of a penalty killer. Paquette will be back soon. Yeah, let's put the old Plant into the lineup. And that third line, or the fourth line, has some scoring capabilities now. And there you go. Paris is already up to a third line checking player, which is just stupid. Like, it is just stupid how quick these prospects progress. God damn it. So let's put Paris in on the PK, I guess. I'd rather have him there than Paquette at this point. And he'll be a permanent fixture there. The question is, did we win 60 games? Which, again, considering the amount of injuries we had this year, would be one hell of an accomplishment. Tokarski, you're back on the case, Tokarski. We'll put Prince up there, or Edmonds? Edmonds for sure. Is anybody a center? I don't even care. I don't even care. They're not making the playoffs. Who gives a shit? 60 games. We won 60 games this year. Despite the absurd amount of injuries, the absurd amount of roster turnover and trades we had to make, 60 fucking wins. Yeah. Don't think we needed Cole Lind. Never doubt me again. If you've been watching my series for a while, never doubt me again. Our starting goalie is injured. And still, 60 games. 60. 59 plus 1. 62 minus 2. 60. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That was mean. I apologize. But yeah, 60 wins for the Detroit Red Wings. 123 points. Montreal, in fairness, still made the playoffs. Despite me stealing their goalie. So, we are going to end up playing the Bruins in the first round, which is lovely. So, you know what? Considering that fact, there's no way to kind of keep it a secret. We're playing the Bruins in the first round. They have the second wildcard spot. So, let's stop simulation, and there you go. Wow! Holy shit, the Atlantic. The Bruins finished with the second wildcard spot. They had 46 wins. Fuck's sake. All right, well, still, we won 60 games, but I'm not exactly, I'm confident, right? But holy shit. This is without a doubt, what the fuck? 5 teams in the division finished with at least 100 points. Oh my God. I've never seen that before. I don't recall ever seeing that before. Whether in Draft to Glory, where we've simmed 20 plus years, that is unreal. Holy hell, man. And again, we stole Montreal's starting goalie, and they finished in second. They actually ended up 2 points ahead of Ottawa there. So, Jordan Hollett in the playoffs, but my God, the Buffalo Sabres, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Shame! Shame! Oh my God, 4 of the top 4 teams in the league were all in the Atlantic. Oh my God. The Bruins finished 7th in the league, and they finished as the second wild card. That is mind-boggling. Oh my God. 7th in the league, but they were the second wild card team in the Eastern Conference. Unreal. Absolutely incredible. Dallas finished 20th in the league and made the playoffs. Craziness. Just craziness. Unreal, man. Unreal. But what a season for us. 75 points. The point percentage was at 75%. That's unreal. Goals for per game. You know we had the best offense in the league. Of course we did. Goals against per game tied with the Bruins for the lowest percentage. Both teams giving up exactly 189 goals. Our power play, despite being a mix and match, was third best in the league, excuse me. Pittsburgh just barely beat us. Just barely beat us. That's fine. And then the penalty kill, 78%, which we actually had one of the league's worst penalty kills, which is a little bit of a shame. I mean, we do have it balanced in a way that kind of favors some players, but that's something we'll have to pay attention to as we get ready for the next season. But really quickly, 31-8-2 on home ice. That is what I wanted to see. And by the way, the Grand Rapids Griffins are not making the playoffs. Not a chance. Not a chance. But let's get a look at our players here as we recap the season. Before we end this episode, of course, the postseason run begins in the next one. But Connor McDavid. Who says Connor McDavid doesn't simulate well? 95 points in 82 games. All you have to do is play him with Owen Tippett, and he does perfectly. It's wonderful. Owen Tippett, 85 points. You beautiful, beautiful bastard. Sam Bolereese, 70 points, living up to the hype, is the franchise-level player. Dabian, I think that's a career high of 62 points, and it wouldn't surprise me playing with Nico Hischier and Taylor Hall for the majority of the season. Indeed, his previous highest was 53, so a really good year for him. Hronik, the defenseman, 62 points as well, 51 assists. He's a monster. By the way, I don't think that's his highest point total, is it? No, not even close. 79 points a few years ago. He had 7 more goals and 10 more assists than he did this year. Nico Hischier, 59 points. Not too bad. Taylor Hall with 55. He's still got it. He's still got it. Lilia with 47 points. Not bad for a guy who spent the majority of the year on the third line. Gary McCann, 43 points. 38 of them assists. And then Rasmus Dahlin continues to just be stupid. 33 goals for the defenseman. 2 helpers. 2! It's ridiculous. He has 92 passing. It doesn't make sense, right? And that's the thing. He's been doing this for years. Look at this. Look at his point total since he's been in the NHL. 16 goals, 3 helpers. 17 goals, 20, 29, 23. So he set a new career high in points and goals. 33 goals. He took 305 shots this year. The fuck? Unreal. Rene Lecavalier, 32 points. Wall, 21 points in 37 games. I think we made a damn fine choice as far as getting rid of Guru and Donaghy, although clearly it did hurt the penalty kill. It really did hurt the penalty kill, as we witnessed by having one of the worst in the league. So we'll have to address that. Cedric Paquette currently injured, but he had 21 points in 82 games. Not bad for a fourth liner. Justin Recchi, 19 points, plus 34, though. Like, that's the thing. You expect McDavid to be at a plus 55. You expect Tippett and Bolereese to do extremely, extremely well. But, man, Recchi, what a beast. Nick Hague, our captain, I salute you. 18 points this year. Bordelot with 11 in 19 games. Paris with 9 and 23, so that's a bit concerning. But you can't say someone like Auger would have had a better point production number. And then Louis DeRozier, he's had trouble staying healthy, but he was still a plus 29. Dan Kelly didn't do shit in the games he played. Smithson wasn't terrible. Scarlett wasn't terrible in the 5 games that he played. The goaltending. It's been an interesting year this year. Of course, we ended up getting Jukka Wirtanen from Montreal. He finished with a .929 save percentage. Van Kattersham with a .923. Joseph Woll, 17, 8, and 1 with a .935 save percentage. So yeah, needless to say, if Wirtanen doesn't get the job done, we have Joseph Woll ready to go. And at the very least, Montreal can't use Wirtanen against us. And I'll trade him at the draft because we don't need him. So that's just another pick. So things are looking good. Very good for this team. And in fairness, Don Ryder did very well at the NHL level in his few short appearances. At the AHL level, not so much. Same with Dundas, only a 72 and .908 save percentage. Pretty shit, right? Pretty damn awful. Bordelot did really well, 50 points, 54 games. Paris did really well as well, but definitely a down year for the Griffins. But like I've mentioned, they will bounce back sooner rather than later. I didn't mean to back out because we need to see who led the league in points. We already know, though. It's Connor McDavid. It is Connor McDavid. Not our captain, because we have Nick Hague. But yeah, it's 10 points above. In fairness, man, Podorowski, who I was looking at, I almost went with him instead of Taylor Hall. He would have been a good guy to pick up. Hell of a player for the Winnipeg Jets. Owen Tippett was up there. Tolvanen, Stromwell, Ehlers. Patrick Laine had 78 points. He's a 93. Cale Makar, who, I mean, Jesus, he is Dahlin, except he also gets assists, right? Like, that's pretty much what his situation is. But incredible stuff this season from the Detroit Red Wings. And again, in the next episode, we take on the Boston Bruins in round 1. I cannot believe they have 102 points, but finished as the second wildcard team. Our lineups are pretty much set. I think this is what we are going to go with. I'll probably adjust the penalty kill, and actually I might even... who is on the PK at this point? Because Cedric Paquette is hurt. So you have McDavid, Lilia, Wall, and Paris. So is there anybody better than 4-star instead of Wall that we could put there instead? Not really looking like it. So Paris, Lilia. It was Paris, Lilia, McDavid. Yeah, Wall's pretty much the guy. Wall is pretty much the guy, which is fine. It could be the defense. It needs a bit of work. To be honest, I have no idea why our penalty kill is struggling. I really don't, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. They will figure it out. I have faith in them. They will figure it out once we get into the playoffs here. And again, I think Wirtanen will be the starting goalie. But Paquette and Van Kadishin currently injured. What a season for the Detroit Red Wings. Another President's Trophy case. President's Trophy case? Another President's Trophy in the trophy case, in the cabinet. Boy, when I start making mistakes like that, you know it is time to call it. So again, I hope you enjoyed this marathon episode of Rebuilding Hockeytown. For those on Twitch, stick around. We're not done yet. But for those on YouTube, I thank you very much for watching. You know what to do in terms of supporting the video. I hope you did enjoy. And I will see you in the next episode of Rebuilding Hockeytown, where we will probably get swept by the Boston Bruins.